Good afternoon. This is Coach B. This is a message for Eating for Abs alumni Depelsha Magruder, who posts this. I'm going vegetarian, actually more like vegan plus eggs for Lent. Wish me luck. It'll be challenging since I've previously been described as a meat and cheesetarian. So far, so good. It's only day 2. I'm announcing it publicly here for accountability, so you can feel empowered to call me out if you see me eating meat. Just say, ooh, you ain't supposed to be eating meat, da 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 da. Further in the comments, I asked her, was it permanent? She says, no, it's just for 6 weeks for Lent. So I reached out to Depelsha. I wanted to offer some advice because I know how it can be challenging to go plant-based. I actually read this wrong when I read it the first time. I thought in my recollection that I read that she was going vegan for 6 weeks, but she's saying vegetarian, which is, she's including eggs, which is great. So, Depelsha, these are the these are the tips for you. Number 1, stay positive. Okay, the last thing I want to do, though I'm not a plant-based eater, I don't want to discourage you from doing something that you want to do, and especially if it's only for a short time. 6 weeks, you will see body changes, and I'm not sure that all those body changes are going to be the ones you want to see. And you actually mentioned that later in your most recent post, because you mentioned actually putting on some weight, sticking to the plan, blah, blah, blah. I may be the only person I know to go vegan and gain weight. Well, you're not. You see, going plant-based is tricky if you're not prepared. Preparation is everything. I know and have been around people who, basically survive off of French fries and, pizza and stuff like that and claim to be plant-based. And I guess to the letter of the law, they are indeed, but, the health benefits that I think many people are looking for when they decide to go vegetarian or vegan don't really come from you eliminating meat. It comes typically from the inclusion of vegetables in your diet and a more diverse and consistent presence of vegetables in your diet. So that's why I don't endorse necessarily going plant-based. What I do endorse is, increasing the quality of food that we all eat. So instead of shopping just on price, shop for higher quality ingredients, including your different protein options. But here are some tips I want you to just kind of look at, mill over, take the ones that are valuable, leave the rest behind. Stay positive. Second, obviously, if you're a vegetarian or a vegan, then that shouldn't mean that you gave up meat. More so, it should mean that you've added way more vegetables to your diet. So that means get your recipes ready, spend all the time in the grocery store, either in the produce aisle or in the canned vegetables aisle, where you'll find things like beans and legumes. And that's another one of my tips. Your biggest challenge is going to be getting adequate protein for what your body needs. So one of the things that can happen is that we can have a caloric deficiency when we go pure plant-based. And that's if we're eating a lot of leafy greens and cruciferous veggies. Those are really low in calories, which is good, but it also reduces, you can get full and really only have 200 calories, maybe 300 calories. So, I want to make sure that you're having some starches, but I don't want you to overdo it. And that's what people typically do, is they overdo it on the starches. So I want you to start looking at, eliminating rice, eliminating bread, eliminating all forms and types of bread, and instead going for some quinoa, which is going to give you a nice little carb plus a bonus, a little bit of protein. I want you to add a lot of legumes to your day. I mean, for this next 6 weeks, you should really have an abundance of beans and legumes on hand. It should be in every meal. That'll help you keep your calories up and also help you to get your protein in. That's a big deal. You're eating eggs, which is great. So, okay, you've got to buy a lot more eggs. That's not going to happen by accident. You're not going to find that out in the street. So, your shopping is going to be really key. You're going to have to stock the fridge with tons of eggs. It's going to have to be part of your routine to get up and maybe boil some eggs or scramble some eggs or whatever you're going to do. And I'm glad you're doing that. Again, don't become a carbitarian. Don't fall to the trap of eating breads as your primary source just because you gave up meat. What else? Keep your healthy fats up. As part of our Eating for Abs habits, you're eating healthy fats in every meal. That means raw nuts, raw seeds. So keep doing that. And just stay positive. I mean, there's not much else. I'll be a resource to you whenever you need. Make sure you reach out. Let me know how you're doing. Please update me on how you're doing and post it, in the Eating for Abs alumni forum so we know what you're up to. And good luck. Do a good job. Don't worry about a little bit of weight gain. You may end up looking a little fluffier or even putting on a few pounds if you're falling too heavy to the carbs. And that's why I really want to stress upon you the importance of your primary target nutritionally is going to be keep protein in mind and get plenty of it. That's going to come with a certain carb nature to it because it's just the nature of the food you decide to eat. And then make sure you get plenty of leafy greens, which will help you to keep the calorie count down, but still start to get your nutrients. So not a big deal. You can knock it right out. Don't fall prey to the common traps. And let me know how you're doing. Take care, and thanks so much for sharing. It's Coach B. Bye.